Hey, 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 Michelle is here. Here. Okay, it's still Friday, so just let you know. And I want all of us, um, you know, in my attempt to help people evolve their consciousness, let's just put a certain concept to the test. And then hopefully we can just eliminate this concept altogether. Because I think sometimes when people are talking, they don't realize what they're saying. And a lot of people are unconscious when they're talking. In other words, they have no idea what's coming out of their mouth and how they're offending people and how they're dividing people. Because this concept, because that's all it is a concept of saying that God doesn't make any mistakes. I used to hear that all the time. And that's the most contradicting thing I've heard in my among other things, but that's probably near the top when someone says God doesn't make any mistakes. Now, what exactly does that mean specifically, and who are we to make such a statement like that? And then on top of that, we condemn people for being who they are. You see how crazy that is, and how insane it's insane. It's insanity. And again, the age of Aquarius will be, around the corner, February 3rd, 2029. It's really important to get a concept on what that means. You need to do your own research and understand that there are cosmic events that happen within the universe that none of us understand. Okay? And the failure is that we keep regurgitating stuff out of our mouths, in other words, repeating stuff and saying stuff and not understanding the implications of it and how that can come back and haunt you if you say God doesn't make any mistakes. Because I think we all agree that God is considered energy, right? If we consider it energy, and then you said that this energy, this creational energy, doesn't make many mistakes, why would you condemn people for who they are? Whether they're gay, trans, binary, male, female, black, white, blah, blah, blah. You see how contradicting that is, and how insane it sounds. It's insanity, and it's definitely not logical, rational, and reasonable. And you're not being. And it's like you don't understand what you're saying to say such a statement. So I think most people mean well. I'm gonna be real honest. After all these years that I do things, I don't see that people necessarily. Okay, there are forces of people now. Let's make this very clear, and their intentions are evil. There's an acute evilness that has existed around this planet for millennia. Now there are people that have this malicious, nefarious, evil intentions, but I'm talking about people just in just the ordinary, developing human being who genuinely wants to know the truth. Okay, I'm going to help you as well as others because that's our obligation in any way to help, because before you can make any kind of impact in your life, you have to be clear on what you're saying. And you need to be able to back up what you're saying. And you need to be able to walk the talk and what you're saying or what you're hearing or what you're seeing and sensing and receiving. You got to take responsibility and be accountable for all of that kind of stuff. There's, like I said, as time goes on, you are no longer going to be allowed to just regurgitate stuff and conjure up stuff and not be held accountable right away. Usually, be called to the, what they say, be called to the table. Because I used to hear that all the time. We'll say God don't make no mistakes. Okay, cool. So why do you have a problem with trans people? Why do you have a problem with gay people? Why do you have a problem with non-believers, believers, religious, non-religious? Man, woman, children, black, white. Why do you have a problem per se with their existence? See, my intention is to, first of all, support and honor Black culture. which has for millennia been subjugated to these kind of concepts of, that we are the problem, that we're animals, we're savages. And through the series of my videos, I've proven that otherwise. So, just take the chance to review my other recorded videos, when you get the chance. Okay, I've proven that black culture, black Americans, are not the problem. Okay, it's those pointing fingers at us to say that we are. Okay, and I've already told you that black people, dark people, are carriers of hereditary properties, and that means that we have a close connection to the planet, and whatever affects the planet affects the carriers. And then what happens is eventually it goes out into all the rest of the community, all the rest of the cultures, all the rest of the human beings. And war does more damage to carriers than any type of activity. So eventually you're going to be in a stage of being zombie-like. I'm talking carriers. You're going to be zombie-like, barely able to wipe your ass. Okay, and the rest of the people are going to eliminate themselves, like Neanderthals. They no longer exist. All right, so, and it's more complicated than that. But this, what I'm giving you, is theories and opinions for entertainment purposes only. And I say entertainment purposes only so that you can relax. Number one, relax on your convictions and on your beliefs and on your faith. Relax and entertain your thoughts for a moment about some of the things that come out of your mouth. And ask yourself, okay, now what is this all about? Is this really about trans people? Is this really about gay people? Or is it really about me? And I would say 99% of the time it's about you. Okay, trans people do not bother anyone unless the attention is brought towards them. That's how I've seen it with them. Okay, and the same thing with other people. It's like we're bashing them because they are happy. Most of the people I know, they're happy. They're doing what they got to do. They're trying to exist just like everybody else. Not trying, but they're attempting to exist just like everybody else. Make their way in the world. All right, we all have issues to bear within our thoughts, in our development. Okay, but if you say God don't make no mistakes, and then you go around and you contradict yourself, okay, now what does that say about you? Okay, God don't make no mistakes, but yet you have a different class of people. You have a different identity of people. So why are they here? If you're God, which is energy, right? I think we've established that. It's creational energy. It's just energy. So this energy is making mistakes, and how would you know that? So you're going against your own gods and saying your God is making mistakes? So we really got to think about all this all this contradicting and this insanity talking, and know that you will be held accountable. Do you understand how much that can affect you when you know that you are accountable for everything that come out of your mouth, or in your behavior and your actions, more so? Okay, so we have to be clear in our thoughts, and meditation helps you with that. And meditation is not praying. Okay, you can pray all you want, but meditation is no thought. You're just sitting down somewhere and focusing on a point of observation of something. You're not begging for nothing. You're not asking for nothing. You're just sitting down and focusing on something. Or you can go outside and do what they call the walking meditation, where you're conscious, acutely conscious of where you're walking, how you're breathing, what you see, where you sit, where you walk. Everything is being focused on, You can start from your feet and bring it all the way up, or start from your head and bring it all the way down. And if a thought does come through, be gentle about it and just focus it away and get back on what you're observing. Okay, and I put a little bit of a what is it called? It's like a teaching about, and it's more so helping to not trigger. Don't say that word, trigger. It's helping to activate the consciousness. How about that? A lot of people like saying that. So I said it was a teacher from the 1800s. Just read that every day if you can, and preferably before meditation if you can. But read it every day. You have to read it every day, and then put it aside and come back the next day. Because the evolution of your consciousness is going to be unconscious. And like I said, you probably won't know that you're evolving your consciousness for quite some time. But I'm telling you, you need to. Because we are way too low on this planet. And at some point, like I said, nature is going to take over. And you need to be, you just need to be prepared for that. So that you can be properly clear. Like I said, clear your thoughts, clear your actions, and clear your behaviors. That's what we do need alone time. Your partner can be there, your wife can be there, your husband, but you need to have a alone time where you are sitting your ass down. Seriously sitting your ass down and thinking about what you're talking about and what you're saying and what you're putting out into the universe. Because your thoughts are going all over the place. And our thoughts are bouncing off of each other. And it's causing a disturbance on the planet. Okay, we all should have been at a certain alignment or a certain elevation of our consciousness by now. But most of us are not. Because like I said, we're buried in beliefs. And even our beliefs even people that have beliefs know that they have beliefs that don't make not one bit of a sense. But we want to keep holding on to them. So beliefs, you have to eradicate beliefs, and make them more truthful than beliefs. Okay, make them more realistic than beliefs. Okay, and so if you're going to be saying something like that, God don't make no mistakes, know how much of know how much energy is in that. And then you'll contradict yourself and say, well, gay people shouldn't be alive. You know that destroys, not destroy, but it could be potentially destroy any type of advancement in your consciousness when you're talking like that. Or that that trans people shouldn't exist. I just don't understand what the issue is. So I still can't wrap. I possibly could if I thought more about it, but I'm not. I'm gonna let other people think for a change about why they are targeting certain groups of people all the time. What is that saying about you? And usually when people are targeting people a lot, they have some type of frustration in their life, and it's usually sexually. They have some sexual frustrations. And so they like to project it on everybody else. It's usually sexually perversions, maybe. Narcissistic, coward-like, or cowardice. And it's always an issue within the person making those kind of statements. Because I know if the shoe were on the other foot, you wouldn't want anyone to say certain things to you that you say about other people. Okay. I put out a video that says you need to know what type of how you present yourself. Your modalities. Are you a visionary type, or auditory, or a feeler? And people usually in their feelings can be violent, and that includes men. Usually men that are sociopaths, psychopaths, narcissistics are drawn closely to their feelings. And that's why they keep grudges. That's why they keep, that's why if you're disloyal to them, they'll ever forget that. And their violence and all this stuff. And if you tease them and make fun of them, oh boy, they don't ever forget that. Okay? And the same thing about women too. When women are just drowning in their feelings, they could be the most dangerous people on the planet as well. Okay? So let's work on our beliefs. I please write down your beliefs. Take the time, write down your beliefs, and counter by taking the word belief out of it and see what the sentence says. If you say, I believe in God, okay, you can say, I believe, you can say, you need to take belief out of it and say, I'm in God or something, this something. It's something to play around with in your thoughts so that you can clear all this stuff up. You got to clear the beliefs up, and they need to make sense, and they need to be realistic. Okay, and we need to stop targeting people that are different. It's just so contradicting. And then on top of that, then you'll say God don't make no mistakes. Why would you? Do you understand that? How that is so? How much insanity in that? All right, so yes, we're gonna work on this all together. As a culture of people, because I know we know better. That's why I plan to invest my time in this, because I know we know better. Some of us, like I said, are just unconscious and overwhelmed with your job, your finances, your relationships, interpersonal relationships, and also the climate. There's a problem with the climate because carriers are close to that. They can sense that. And so you're blaming everything about something external, what other people are doing instead of you, and worrying about what you're doing or not doing in most cases. So start meditation, no thought meditation, or go outside and do that walking meditation, or whether you're washing dishes, stay focused on that. If you're washing dishes, be acutely focused on the sound of the water, how the water feels on your hand, what you see. It's a process, and it's not easy. And again, if you're looking for something easy to do, you're not going to be happy at all. So that's why I said these videos they may get buried, but eventually they'll be uncovered by future descendants, or listened to by future descendants. I don't expect too much from anybody right now, but at least it'll be there if you choose to go outside of your beliefs. It'll be there. It's not going anywhere. All right. So I want to send peace and love to everyone. Enjoy your Friday. Enjoy each other, love each other, and most importantly, be gentle with yourself. Okay? Peace and love.